as of this morning. Meantime, just days after that national unemployment rate jumped to a 25-year high, one company has a positive jobs announcement. Here to explain this morning, first on CNBC is Albert Lord. He's the CEO and vice chairman of SLM Corporation. And Congressman Kanjorski is chairman of the Capital Markets Subcommittee, the Democrat from Pennsylvania. Gentlemen, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Mr. Lord, what are you doing? What's the announcement?
Well, as you can see, you're here in Wilkes-Barre at one of our servicing centers, and we're here to talk to our employees about bringing jobs back to the United States. We're bringing 2,000 jobs back. That's all the jobs we have overseas.
These are jobs from all of your outsourced operations?
Yes, that's correct, sir.
And why are you doing this?
Well, I mean, it's a very simple answer. The reason we're doing it is it's the right thing to do. The communities in which we operate in the United States are struggling with unemployment rates, and the fact is that we're able to bring these jobs back, and so we're going to do it.
So you're going to begin adding jobs to the U.S. operations, what, over the next 18 months, I understand, right?
Yeah, 12 to 18 months.
Congressman, what's your take on this?
Well, Carl, this is wonderful news for the United States as a whole, of course, for my congressional district. But if you look at the United States as a whole, when we talked last on Thursday, we were talking about whether or not we're going to be optimistic or pessimistic. This is optimistic news. This is actually going to reverse that little negative trend there on prices. You'll see later on this morning we're going to have an uptake, because what American industry, represented by Sallie Mae and the new president, or the president Sallie Mae, they're announcing that it's very important that employees here in the United States have good jobs. And that's what Sallie Mae is doing. It's a very patriotic act at a time when we absolutely need it. And it's great news for all of the 20 facilities across America that Sallie Mae has. Particularly, I can tell you here in Northeastern Pennsylvania, this is going to be welcome news this morning, because over the last several months, we've lost so many hundreds and thousands of jobs.
Yeah. Mr. Lord, you got about 8,000 nationwide, right?
Currently, our employment rate is about 8,000. That's correct.
So 2,000 coming back from outsourced operations is not an insignificant number. Clearly, they must have been outsourced originally for a reason. What's it going to do to your cost basis? How much are you essentially paying for the goodwill that I'm sure you're going to foster?
Well, I will tell you that it will not be inexpensive. It's probably roughly $35 million.
$35 million. Was this your idea, or
yes.
Did the congressman suggest this perhaps in passing? How did this all come about?
Well, the congressman's been suggesting things like this for the last 20 years.
I'm sure.
And when we finish today, he'll still be suggesting. But nonetheless, yes. Look. When I became CEO of this company in 1997, the company had 3,000 jobs. As recently as a year ago, it had 12,000 jobs. It was no fun. It was no fun letting those jobs go. We had to re-engineer the company. Of course, the unemployment rate a year ago was roughly 5%. Life has changed a great deal. We had to do a lot of cost cutting, and we did that. And now we're in a position to bring those jobs back, and we can't wait to announce that to my friends behind me and to the communities around the country where these jobs will go.
Mr. Lord, does that mean that you now look at outsourcing as something that Sallie Mae won't consider in the future?
Well, I'd be very, it would be foolhardy for me to tell you that I won't ever do anything again, but I can tell you this. It was very painful for those jobs to leave the country. It feels a great deal better today to be bringing them back.
Yeah. Congressman, I mean, it's obviously good news for your district, and I'm sure no one's going to look at this with anything other than a smile. But how do you get past the longer-term ramifications of things that are centered around the term Buy America, right? Bringing jobs home is good on one hand, but we don't want to see a complete reversal of globalization, do we?
No, and this is in no way being biased or prejudiced against overseas employment. These are American jobs performing American functions, and this is work in the last 6 months that Al and I have been doing to make sure all American students have an opportunity to go to college. That's what Sallie Mae does. And now it's Sallie Mae workers will all be American workers, helping those students and parents right here in the United States. So that's wonderful. But I hope it sets a trend for all those other companies that aren't quite thinking as patriotically as Al and Sallie Mae have been thinking. It's time that we do realize that we're moving into a very high unemployment rate. People are getting pessimistic. The economy looks like it's going a little lower into recession. This is the time to turn it around. It's spring in America. It's spring in Northeastern Pennsylvania. And it's because of the great work product of the American worker that Sallie Mae is able to do this.
Yeah.
They will actually gain from this.
We talked last week about confidence, Congressman, and you said that's one ingredient that you do need to go forward. Mr. Lord, do you think or would you expect other companies to do moves either like this or perhaps come out and say, we have cut 20,000 jobs, we are done for now? I mean, what other things can companies do, I guess, to convince Americans that their jobs are not in jeopardy?
Look, I have to tell you, the last 18 months have been no walk in the park, and the decisions that I've been faced with over those 18 months have been very difficult. I don't presuppose to judge what others will do. I can only tell other CEOs that bringing them back feels a lot better than sending them away.
SLM's been through a lot, as you mentioned, as you allude to, most notably with Congress, with Washington, D.C. Have you been treated fairly in the course of the past 2 years?
Oh, boy, I'm not going there.
Yeah. I figured not with the congressman next to you, but you got to take a shot.
No.
It can't all be roses and sunshine.
Well, it's not all roses and sunshine.
Where is it? Where is it all roses and sunshine?
Right. Gentlemen, appreciate your time. It's certainly a provocative move, and it got our attention. We appreciate you bringing it to